Welcome to the Iceberg. You will see a topic, here Super Mario Bros. 3, divided into various subtopics sorted by their familiarity or recognizability. Most players will know the subtopics in the sky layer, while the depths layers will have entries less recognizable to the common player. So, without further ado, let us explore the Super Mario Bros. 3 Iceberg. The game came out about 1 year after the original release date in Japan, the same year the Japanese version of the SNES got released. This refers to the power-up of the same name obtainable in one sole course, 5-3. Armed with the Goomba's shoe, Mario can stomp on spiked enemies, though he cannot walk as he keeps hopping while armed with the shoe. Most old games have ROM hacks intended to improve the player's experience with modifications based on originality, like original level designs and world maps. The intended camera for the experience had its direction top-down or overhead, similar to Super Mario RPG. It got scrapped for seeing each course from above would make landing jumps harder. The warp whistle, as an item, began as a copy of the recorder from The Legend of Zelda and can take Mario to the warp zone. Mario can find 2 warp whistles in World 1, one in 1-3, one in 1 fortress, and one in World 2 after breaking a mound of rocks with a hammer. Mario can use these to spin out to the warp zone and from there to other worlds. Again, Mario needs a hammer to access this small area in World 2. Mario can battle against Fire Bros in this area, as well as collect the 3rd warp whistle. In each of 3 flashing courses in World 8, a hand can appear and drag Mario to the course. In each course, Mario has 200 seconds to complete it, and it has bridges over lava and fire bros, 1 hammer bro, and 1 sledge bro, or it can have bridges over lava with lava bubbles or cheap cheeps. The game has appeared on the Virtual Console for the Wii, Wii U, and Nintendo 3DS. Also on the Nintendo Switch, it appears on Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Classics, provided with the Nintendo Switch Online service. For remakes, it appears on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in Super Mario All-Stars, as well as on the Game Boy Advance as Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3. Nipper plants appear as small-mouthed plants, relatives of munchers Mario can see in the Skyland, in particular in 5-1, a pail from the start of 5-1. They do not move till Mario approaches them from above, and the plant jumps as a reflex. Close to the end, Mario encounters walking nipper plants. This refers to World E, the world accessible via e-reader cards. Owing to their sporadic distribution, the e-reader functionality went discontinued. Rumors say the Chain Chomp had its origins in a dog lashed out toward a developer. A developer's wife could have a say in the development of the Boo, as it hides its eyes with its hands much like a shy woman would. Since the inception of the experience, ideas tended toward turning Mario into a creature. In Nintendo Power, Volume 10, page 21, Centaur Mario appeared in an early description before the now well-known Raccoon Mario. The most simple of designs, Mario with a raccoon tail. In the world map, if Mario hits up Luigi, they enter battle mode in their small forms. This mode looks the same as Mario Bros, but with spinies. After either Mario or Luigi obtains 3 cards, he also attains extra lives in the main game equal to their combination. The winner gets a turn to play. In the instruction booklet for the game, page 38, you can read the original name for these small ghosts, Boo Diddley, a reference to Bo Diddley. Just like the 3-2 Conclave often receives the name of the Bo Diddley beat in music theory. From the curtain fall of the introduction to the screwed-in appearance of many platforms, the game tends to look like a play, as in a theater exhibition with props and so on. Of course, we did not notice this before every other player or spectator. It got confirmed as intentional. The first course in World 7 allows Mario, enemies, mushrooms, and shells to wrap around the screen. It fits the world theme of pipes and mazes, so I have no complaints. This refers to the power-up Mario receives from the princess on each final course clear. The princess has one enclosed in each of her letters. A total of 17 courses or screens did not make the cut. From these, I can note a few, such as a 4th 2-player level with an arc of coins. If Mario collects them, an incorrect tile takes the spot of each coin. An ice course with athletic implications. And a sky course with an unused starry background, lacking enemies or an exit. I assume this refers to a few wood blocks giving Mario a power-up if Mario collides with them. Just one fiery walking piranha appears in the entirety of the game, and it appears on course 7-8. These subspecies of nipper plants can spit up to 4 fireballs at once approached from above. I found no evidence for this, but it may have gotten scrapped and reintroduced. Typical of Iceberg charts, we often do not know all the entries. The King of Waterland appears very similar to Mario. Intentional or not, you can see his nose and mustache, and compared with Mario, again, you can see the striking resemblance. True, for between the ROM shortage in 1988 and Nintendo of America's preparation for Super Mario Bros. 2, the game could not release on its original schedule. Aside from Toads, Koopa Troopas and Hammer Bros would appear as hosts for minigames, 2 specific die games, leading to each normal minigame. So the roulette game or the card game. Unused text would accompany this, telling the rules of the die game, with a few odd lines, such as Ichi ga dekitara ichi, if 1 appears 1, or Ni modore, to return. Waterland has the same shape as Japan, so you can draw your conclusion from there about its basis. If this refers to the size of the game, false. In accordance with the Quora user, Super Mario Bros. 3 took 384 kilobytes, much less than 3 megabytes in comparison. Otherwise, I did not find much information about the subtopic. If you remember the play entry above, you know Super Mario Bros. 3 possesses many elements of a play, like the curtains, shadows cast by platforms through the sky, and so on. In this aspect, you could conceive it as a retelling of the first entry in the series, though the courses will say otherwise with their altered looks, and of course, Mario will have transformed to a raccoon in the latter game, so this comes as a slight stretch. If Mario comes to the end running and hits the lower left side of the goal with a jump, he will get a superstar. In Super Mario Bros. X, like Super Mario Maker and its sequel, players can create Mario-style stages and upload them to a dedicated site, but this game does not have official backing. Just fans have created it, giving a made by fans for fans aspect. I found Terraria outperformed Super Mario Bros. In sales, though I did not find any information on this entry, Super Mario Bros. 3, as it has inspired Terraria. Again, as I have said, if Wonderland takes inspiration from a map of Japan or Asia, the other worlds need to follow suit with maps of other countries or continents. The original game has a few leftover debug routines accessible through hacking, but in Super Mario All-Stars they became inaccessible, and one would guess the later ports. So the fate of debug mode comes to this. Aside from its appearances in the Super Mario Maker series and WarioWare Twisted, the frog suit has had very few, if any, appearances. It has had hard times for sure. Moo means emptiness, and I could not find any notion of Moo in Super Mario Bros. 3. I just remembered Moo training from Earthbound. You can find a browser-based editor for Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, but in the experience itself, as far as my searches went, you cannot find any remnants of an editor. I believe this refers to the copy of the hallway accessible by clipping into a wall in Bowser's Castle in World 8. If Mario accesses this copy, visits the room in the other side, and flies to reveal a copy of Bowser's room, Mario will not take any damage from Bowser. With that, my friends, we conclude the Super Mario Bros. 3 Iceberg.